While waiting, she watched the woman closely. How long had she been lying? To justify it, she struggled. Was she enticed? Was she vulnerable? As soon as she turned around and saw the beggar entering the car, she knew. This woman's secret had to be discovered. As the truth emerged, she had no idea she would uncover such a web of lies. Melissa Smith from San Diego, California, saw the panhandler again on her usual errands. Something was off this day. Melissa trusted her intuition and investigated further. She saw the beggar and her son behind the shopping center while pumping gas. She was amazed at where they went. She immediately grabbed her phone. This beggar was smart to reserve her favorite spot at East Lake Village Center, a shopping plaza. This upscale shopping center had restaurants, Goodwill, hairstylists, dentists, grocery stores, and expensive clothing stores. The woman knew this place would be full of people willing to donate to a penniless woman with a huge baby bump. Her plan had a major flaw. She never suspected one woman was onto her scheme. California is known for its beautiful weather, beaches, and celebrities, but it also has a high homeless population. Be aware that some are imposters. Melissa knew con artists, but this woman made her uneasy. She ignored her intuition after seeing her every weekend in her usual spot. I felt bad. She recalls a poor pregnant woman with a boy. She should have trusted her gut. The beggar stood in the hot sun for a long time, but she was never alone with her son. Melissa saw the boy's father with them several times. The trio became famous because pregnant beggars are rare. This tugged at hearts, and passers-by gave them more than usual, dropping dollar bills into their collection cup and giving them hot drinks and sandwiches. Melissa became too curious one day. Smith felt sorry for the beggar until one day. The pregnant woman had been there for over 2 months. Melissa thought she was desperate. If you like my videos, don't forget to like or subscribe. Thanks in advance. Poor woman must have suffered in the California sun while pregnant. Melissa then became suspicious and couldn't let it go. The pregnant woman begged well. She tried to pity shoppers entering and leaving the shopping center. Consumers felt guilty seeing a pregnant beggar with a boy. The young woman's cardboard sign above her baby bump read, "Please help," and passers-by felt sorry for her and gave money. Was she sincere or acting? Melissa had to know, but she had no idea what she was getting into. Melissa lived a short drive from the shopping center, but she had never been there at this time before. She usually runs errands for an hour in the morning, but today she stopped for a smoothie before closing. Melissa worried when she saw the pregnant beggar was missing from her usual spot. Hoped she was okay. Her car was low on gas when she started it. She refueled at the gas station across from East Lake Village Center. She noticed something odd that prompted an investigation. Melissa saw a familiar face while pumping gas. The pregnant beggar waited behind the shopping center with her sign, hoping for a few more pennies before going home. Melissa saw a car heading toward the pregnant beggar as she watched. Was she troubled? Melissa became suspicious when the vehicle stopped beside her. Was she overexposed? Melissa was astonished. She looked closer and gasped in disbelief. Her partner drove. The man's car was most surprising. Mercedes-Benz, a luxury brand, was the car. Melissa knew it was expensive. What was this woman doing in a luxury car? Melissa acted without expecting attention. They left in a Mercedes-Benz. Melissa says, "Wow, a Mercedes-Benz." The car also looked new. Melissa drove after them. Her car pulled up beside the laughing couple as she filmed the whole thing. They appeared before us. Counting money, laughing. Their child isn't buckled in. Melissa said, "He's right there." She was utterly betrayed. She needed to investigate and alert everyone. She could never have known how deep this case went. Melissa followed the car to another nearby mall. This couple seemed organized. Melissa was surprised when the pregnant beggar got out of the car and started fooling everyone again. She sits with the sign. He parks Mercedes. They put up the sign in 5 minutes, and here she is getting money from all these people, Melissa said angrily. She caught her, but she didn't know the police would be involved. Melissa dangerously scratched something sinister. Melissa started taking pictures as she approached the woman and her son. After seeing the pregnant beggar, she became violent. She raised a huge rock and screamed. Melissa said, "Next thing I know, she picked up this big boulder. I don't know if pregnant people can do that, but it was pretty big over her head and coming at me with this rock." A witness called the police, but the beggar grabbed her child and ran. The woman didn't know Melissa wouldn't forget what she saw. Melissa refused to let the woman fool the public. She tweeted and called a news station. She wanted everyone in the area to know how they were deceived and to warn them not to fall for this master beggar's plan. The story intrigued the news station enough to run Melissa's car's plates. To their surprise, the car was registered to a woman with an undisclosed address. She was unaware that others were watching this panhandler. Journalists quickly followed, creating an exciting spiral. Residents of Encinitas Heights apartments, where the woman lived, said rent was $2,500 a month. The door was unanswered after 2 attempts. They got a call. The previous couple had left, and the new couple had moved in. Smith recorded everything. The mysterious pregnant beggar was widely covered by social media and the news. "Sorry. Don't pay them. No need. Benz," Smith said. One call roused journalists while the investigation infuriated people. Another witness saw the panhandler. Rebecca thought she recognized the beggar from another shopping center while doing her grocery shopping and errands. She told the broadcasters where the panhandler was. Later, Emily Valdez arrived. Valdez quickly got up and searched the center for the mystery woman after being told the beggar was still there. After finding her, she was confused. Wasn't she pregnant? 2 days after Melissa Smith took the photos, this woman was holding a baby. Valdez and the camera crew approached her. "Are you begging?" Valdez asked the woman holding her phone with the pregnant beggar's picture. After looking at the picture, she said she didn't speak English. They caught her? The father arrived while the mother was holding the baby and a boy who looked like the one in the picture. He dismissed the camera crew and led his family through the parking lot. They were filmed entering a dilapidated minivan. Journalists had another plan. Facial recognition matched both women at 80%. Valdez suspected more was going on. The man spoke in Spanish and then briefly in another language to the panhandler. He had no idea this detail would blow the case open. Valdez listened carefully to the recording. She then called experts. Valdez and her crew's footage was examined by Leslie Albright. After 25 years as a San Diego Police Department detective specializing in underground crime rings, she retired. She was nodding her head when she realized this was no ordinary panhandler. The woman who infuriated millions on social media was about to have her scam exposed, but there was more to the story. Community issues were growing. California's cool exterior hid a growing underbelly. One risk-taking Redditor exposed the truth. After hearing the man speak, Leslie suspected a crime. She immediately recognized his language in Valdez's camera crew's recording, and their method matched many she had seen before. The couple's other secrets. Albright claims the couple is connected to a California crime ring. They entered illegally and committed crimes daily. They live in expensive apartments and have many cars to scam unsuspecting victims. The panhandler may have faked a pregnancy to get locals' sympathy. The story has more to it. What other crimes is the ring committing? This group moves frequently, making it hard for authorities to locate them. When they discover someone is watching, they leave. This pair of suspects did this. One unnamed man was about to expose the mysterious couple and risk his life. After seeing the panhandler on TV, one man went on Reddit and revealed everything. "A friend of a friend told me that they knew them and that they're just a hustling pair of con artists whose families con their way into the country," he wrote. He also said he knew the woman's dark past and that her life had been difficult. According to the Redditors' inside information, the now infamous woman was forced to work in the crime ring from a young age. He left Reddit after leaking the information out of fear of what the crime ring would do to him. The woman in the footage pretends to be pregnant with a foam prop under her shirt to make over $500 per day, and there are many others like her. The organized crime ring has a complex hierarchy with the leaders at the top. Unemployed women join the crime ring to survive. The crime bosses feed and house the women sent across the country each morning. Women's illegal panhandling helps the rich live lavishly. That's only the beginning. Women are forced to panhandle with children to gain sympathy from the public. They'll use babies, children, any way they can. Albright stated in an interview that the children would not attend school because their future is the family business. These kids grow up criminals. Since Melissa's story went viral, the Syndicate of American Panhandlers has reached Seattle. Panhandlers worked during the 2020 lockdown. After Kiro 7 published a story about them, the syndicate disappeared for 9 months before returning. Kiro filmed for panhandlers counting bills before boarding a bus. While the boy played on an iPhone, they spoke Romanian and Romani about how much money they made that day. The niece got $100. One woman said, "We need dollars." After a 70-minute bus ride, the 4 women and boy walked to a $2,220 a month apartment complex. People should know, there's plenty of service and organizations that exist to help people and especially for women with children, the anonymous Redditor said. They are taking advantage of everyone and scamming parking lot entrances. Both are claiming poverty to get state and federal assistance and not reporting her begging earnings. After posting, the anonymous Reddit informant received strange and threatening phone calls. He was in danger, but he had one last thing to say before leaving Reddit. They may try this scam again, or it may be another woman. Call the police and identify them as the BMW scammers, so the state can begin deportation proceedings. The Redditor advised against helping panhandlers. Since the pregnant panhandler story went viral, people are more wary of giving money to panhandlers. Investigators are still looking for the head of operations. Who knows what crimes this Californian crime ring committed? Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.